dad told me she went on a date. And they got to dinner and they was chilling at like the Airbnb or whatever. And nigga was like, yo, you mind if we watch the show real quick?
No, he didn't.
I ain't see it today. You mind if we watch it?
Yes,
yo, that got to be like, yo.
Exactly. And mind you, like, I was like, because again, like, I was in college, so it's like, I'm literally living my normal life, which is not the same anymore. We are very aware of that. So I can't do the same things, can't go to the same place, can't be around the same people.
Hill said she used to cancel dates if they brought up Stephen A. Smith or Skip Bayless. She said there is nothing more unsexy and unflattering than when you're talking to somebody who's a potential love interest and you're trying to get them to know them and they're like, so what's Stephen A. Smith like? So Mase, on the opposite end, have you ever been?
Again?
Yeah, she would be on dates and they would ask her what Stephen A. Smith is like, or like ask her questions about Skip. Like on the opposite, you know, have you ever been in a similar situation where people were asking you about somebody you were associated with, friends with, cool with, and does that bother you?
We should be asking you this, Stat.
We can start.
Do you ever go on dates and people ask you about Cam and ask you about Mase and say, what are they like? Yeah. And is that a bummer for you? Because that you would be better to answer this question.
Yeah,
funny question. Yes, that has happened, and it's like I don't like it. Like I remember, I went on a date. Somebody was dressed up as you for Halloween. And I was like, hell.
The date?
Yes. Yo. I never told him this. I was on a date with this guy. And he was dressed up as Cam for Halloween.
Yeah,
the pink. And he was like, yeah, like, that's so like people just be, and I love it. Like I love that. Like you guys support me. I love that. But in dating, it's been so hard. It's been so difficult.
What did
My
you
life
say
has
when you
forever
seen
changed.
a nigga with that on though? Like did you discuss it?
That's weird for me. He's like, I love him. Like, I'm like, yo. Which and it's because I've been on dates with, you know, like. Right, like 9 to 5, been on dates with doctors, and I've been on dates with celebrities, and it's like people love y'all, and I knew that. But like, I'm not trying to talk about work. I'm not trying to talk about y'all, and I dismiss it. But the Halloween thing was crazy.
That's crazy.
And then it's like, you know, like people don't like clear their search, and it's like I've seen my name like.
And like, search.
What's this? Like, let me search up real quick. Hand me their phone. I've seen my name, or I've seen like the recent be like the show. Y'all know how weird that is? Like,
that's weird.
I can't
I
do
remember
it.
when we was shooting in Miami and Stat told me she went on a date. And they got to dinner and they was chilling at like the Airbnb or whatever. And nigga was like, yo, you mind if we watch the show real quick?
No, he didn't.
I ain't see it today. You mind if we watch it?
Yes,
yo, that got to be like, yo.
Exactly. And mind you, like, I was like, because again, like, I was in college, so it's like, I'm literally living my normal life, which is not the same anymore. We are very aware of that. So I can't do the same things, can't go to the same place, can't be around the same people. I know that. I was just
about to finish school when this happened.
It was like the last semester. Like, I'm excited to graduate, and he wanted to go watch the show because he was late on the episode. I'm like, damn, I can't even. What do I do? I can't do nothing.
That's crazy, Stat.
Yeah, I never told y'all. It was
so
wild.
When he asked you, can he watch the show? What did you tell him?
No. I was like, automatically, I'm like, okay, I'm busy. Like, I have something to go do. Like, damn, I forgot.
He basically is like going through his mind, like, yo.
See,
I got her here with me.
When it wasn't my go, like, I went through that when Mase got on before me, but I'm not like that type of person. I am that type of person. I'm not, but like, yeah, then fuck him if you want to fuck him. That's up to you. Because it's going to be my turn. Don't come running back when it's my go. Where Mase at? I don't know where he at.
Yeah.
So I went through that a little bit with Mase. Maybe Dame time to time when Dame was up, but I never was really one of them niggas that was like, be mad that you like my friend. Cause I always had the attitude like this. This was my attitude where I got a girlfriend and all my other bitches, I can't control them. Now, if they want to go bone you, cool. If my girl wanted to bone Mase, then I would have had a problem with that. Yeah, but all my other bitches, I ain't never cared, B. I never was like that. I'd be, oh, go ahead, he in the next room, not gonna do it. You know, I never was really one of them people that would get upset if you ask, but like, as far as, like, I'm sitting there trying to think, outside of Mase and maybe Dame, I never had to really go through that, no.
Yeah.
Because it's different, it's been different levels. Like, I've been popping since I was 14, maybe not with money, but I was known out there. My name was ringing bells, man. A little basketball here and there, so I never really had a problem with females. I never really had a problem, like, getting kind of what I wanted to get when I wanted to get it. And so I had options. I know people like me, I'll leave you for less than one to bone Mase. I'll leave you for way less than that. Snore the wrong way. Yeah, do anything. It don't take much to turn me off. I'm not a big feet person, so if you don't wear socks in the bed sometime, I look for shit on your feet to make me mad. Sometimes I'm my own problem. I look for stuff to make me mad so I don't be bothered with you. I'm in my own way, to be totally honest with you. I'm my problem.
Like, I'm actually the problem. Yeah. Last thing I will add, it definitely has changed, like, everything, and it's trickled down to my friends too, because it's like they'll be going on dates or something and like see that I post and like, oh, like you're friends with Stat, like she's so tough, like can you call her? My friends are like, I'm not calling my friend, right? Like, it's all of those things, and especially like I said, the transition from school to now, it's like all those people who like in college obviously had class and stuff with me, like, do you remember me from da 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 da? I'm like, a Greek picnic? Like, that was 3-4 years ago, like when I was strolling. Like, I don't.
Yeah, imagine somebody trying to force you to remember something from 25 years ago on Memorial Day.
Yeah.
On the right-hand side of Collins Street.
That's crazy.
You don't remember? It was sunny out and the sky was blue.
I don't.
Yeah, man. I just lie and act like I remember, because they'll talk you to death to try to force you to remember some shit.
But I will say, I do not mind the sports conversations. Like, that's cool. But like, people will be like directly quoting like things from y'all or like try to like use it on me. I'm like, bruh, you cannot.
Imagine a nigga be like, pause. No, they don't even got nothing
you
to
were
do
laughing.
with it.
I'm dead ass. That happens.
Pause.
I'm like, no. Like, that happens all the time.
Like, yo, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stat, you ain't say pause.
Yes. Like, you guys are joking
Why you
about
on a
it.
date?
Yes, you guys are joking about it. That is my real life. Like, I don't mind the sports debates. I don't mind a couple conversations, but like quoting you or like, oh, the waiter has a grasp on the yacht. Like, why would you say that? Like, we cannot do this. We cannot. So yeah, that's a little insight into how my life's been going. So
That's wild. That's weird. It feels like an audition.
Honestly, yes. Or some will try to like play it off. But it's like, I can tell. I can always tell.
Yeah. It's not easy out there, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. That's why I'm still out here, man.
It is not.
It's not easy, man.
It is not.
And like I said, for me, it do not take a lot, man. One thing, don't drive right. Make a wrong turn while you driving, I get mad. I get mad at anything, yo. I get mad shit. You don't know, you never heard Wu-Tang, you don't know the 4th song on the album. Like, I'll make shit up. Just not to be bothered.
Wow, that's...
When I give a girl money, it's for them to leave. It's not for them to stay. That way you can't say you did anything for me. It's not prostitution. It's that way. It's not prostitution because I'm not paying for no pussy. It's not me buying you a bag so I feel like I'm tricking on you for the pussy. It's get your nails and some lunch tomorrow. It was nice. We had a nice night.
I think we need to put a poll up. Who's more toxic, Killer or Future?
That's wild. Pause. You need to put a poll up and see who's more toxic.
Put a poll up and see. Oh my God. I will add though, and I mean, shoot, y'all can let us know in the comments. I don't really think you're I just think you're very upfront. So I don't really consider that like, to be completely honest, I just feel like you know what you're getting. So if a girl's gonna try you, it's like, you know you're about to try me. So you know what you're about to say is about to piss me off. So if you want to say it, go ahead, because you know me and I warned you. That's what I get from you.
Yeah, it's a fact.
I think you're very open and upfront.
You know what happened, and I know we got to wrap soon, but for this, my last thing on this topic is that I got tired of being scared. Like, and when I say that, me and Sin and who else, Suge talked about it, because we had all had girlfriends at one time. And we kind of all wanted to get out the situation we were. I think none of us with the people that I'm talking about, so Sin's ex and Suge ex, and sorry if y'all have made collateral damage to this conversation. But niggas be scared when they cheating, yo, because every time you're doing something wrong, and let's say you're in a hotel or something, and your girl call you like, this bitch see me walk out the hotel, you know what I'm saying? Then you come in, she like, what's up? And you like, what's up? What's up? And then you may think she may know something because you did something, but she may not know anything. Like, that shit is a mess of feeling inside, tired of being like, damn, what this bitch know? What did I do? I gotta sneak this, I gotta wash my underwear, I gotta do. I was fucking. And I don't owe you an explanation. That's where I wanted to get in my life. To where I don't have to feel scared. Like, that shit is not a cool feel. And I don't like lying. I don't want to be lying like, yo, I swear to God, I was there.
Right.
Yo, call what's the name? Then you gotta call your man and tell him, yo, if I call you with this bitch, we was in the studio, all right? I got tired of that, yo. That shit is whack and draining. And I just wanted to be free and want to laugh when somebody questioned me. Like now, if I get on a new date or something like that, and a new night, or some dealing with somebody new, and it's getting to that point, and they be like, I see somebody wasn't answering their phone last night, where you was at? And I'd be like, you crazy, what you did today? That's how relationships start. Nobody says, do you want to be my girlfriend, you want to be my boyfriend? You start answering questions and lying about shit that you was doing because you don't want to tell them the truth or hurt their feelings or want them to know whatever habits or fetishes you like or whatever. So you start lying and they start asking questions. Why you wasn't picking your phone up? Where you was at? This, that, and the third. That's how relationships start. So as soon as I hear them type of questions, I just start laughing. Be like, yo, you crazy. What you did today? And just curve the whole shit so you don't think that you can ask me those type of questions.
Well, in the comments, let us know if you think that's toxic. I don't know if I was exactly saying that, but I'll let y'all be the judge.
That's not toxic. Listen, it's the truth. You can't. When's the last time you're like, yo, you want to go steady? Yo, you my girlfriend? Are you my boyfriend? Mark my words. Next time that somebody, when you get in the shit, they be like, so you wasn't picking your phone. So you really was at the club all night. Oh yeah, with Future, Metro Boomin. So I guess you just went home afterwards. Yeah. What you did yesterday? My night was kind of lit. It was like, I'm not letting you put me in that corner unless I like you. And then I'm still gonna tell you too, I don't wanna be lying and shit, man. That
Right.
shit is annoying. So you could consider it toxic, but you put yourself in the situation. Your phone be down, your phone is ringing. Thank you. Girl put their phone down. I be like, yo, your phone. They be like, oh no, you can hold it if it ring. Nah, because you trying to do that to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah, I don't want your phone. I don't want to know where it's at. They do that. Anytime, you got to think about this, when they be doing little shit like that, they want to do it to you. So they open the door up for you to be like, who that calling you? So they can be like, when you tell them no, they be like, oh, I'll let you hold my phone. Huh?
Nah,
I'm good, man.
it don't work like that. Okay, y'all. Well, that is all the time that we have for today. Thank y'all for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
From the streets of Harlem to becoming two of hip-hop's most recognizable personalities, Mase and Cam'ron have spent more than 20 years giving fans unforgettable conversations. But there's one topic that keeps resurfacing every time they share a microphone on their podcast: marriage, and the surprising reason neither of them has ever felt the need to make that walk down the aisle. In this video, we're breaking it all down, and trust me, you won't believe how differently these Harlem icons view commitment, relationships, trust, money, and why marriage simply doesn't fit the life philosophy they've developed over the years. By the time we're done, you'll understand why two men who built successful careers, created generational wealth, raised families, and stayed committed to long-term partners still refuse to make things official with a marriage license. If you're not familiar with their history, Mase and Cam'ron came up together during Harlem's explosive rap movement in the late 90s. They were both connected to the legendary Children of the Corn collective alongside Big L and McGruff. Their friendship stretches back more than 3 decades. That's far beyond industry networking. That's 30 years of witnessing each other's rise to fame, financial success, public scrutiny, private struggles, and every major chapter in between. That shared history gives them a level of honesty that's incredibly rare when the cameras are rolling. And that's exactly why their podcast has become essential listening for so many fans. They don't hold back, and their conversations about marriage may be the clearest example of that unfiltered approach. So why have these two rap veterans continued to avoid marriage, even after spending years in committed relationships? Let's unpack this one step at a time, because the answer is much deeper than most people realize. It comes down to a mix of personal psychology, financial concerns, cultural influences, and real-life experiences that shape the way they think. The first, and easily the most common reason they bring up, is trust, or to be more precise, the fear of eventually being betrayed. Both artists have explained that fame completely changes the way relationships are viewed. Once money, influence, and status enter the picture, it's hard not to question whether someone truly loves you or simply loves the lifestyle you can provide. That's a concern plenty of people can relate to, but for men who built everything from the ground up and watched countless people approach them with hidden motives, that fear becomes much more intense. From their perspective, marriage isn't only about romance or proving your love, it's also a legal and financial partnership. The moment contracts, attorneys, and the legal system become part of the equation, the relationship shifts away from being driven only by emotions and starts becoming about far more than love. From their point of view, that's where everything changes. The conversation stops being only about love and starts becoming about protecting everything they've spent years building. And once you see marriage through that lens, your entire perspective on the institution can shift. That brings us to the second major factor: financial risk. Anyone who's followed celebrity culture knows that divorce can be devastating, not just emotionally, but financially as well. Mase and Cam'ron have invested years into creating businesses, expanding real estate holdings, growing investments, and securing major brand partnerships. A complicated divorce doesn't simply end a relationship. It can undo decades of hard work inside a courtroom faster than most people ever imagine. When you've dedicated your entire adult life to building wealth from the ground up, the possibility of losing a huge portion of it because a relationship falls apart is enough to make anyone think twice. That doesn't automatically mean they don't believe in love. It means they've watched too many respected figures, including people they've worked alongside, see their fortunes dramatically altered through divorce settlements, and neither one wants to become the next headline everyone debates on social media or another podcast. Then there's another layer that people rarely discuss when breaking down celebrity relationships: the pressure that comes with public expectations. Marriage often arrives with a built-in script that society expects couples to follow. Once you say "I do," people suddenly expect you to act a certain way, maintain a polished public image, and meet standards that may have little to do with what actually makes your relationship work behind closed doors. For two artists who've built entire careers on being unapologetically themselves, even when it sparked controversy, that kind of outside pressure has never been appealing. The idea of changing who they are just to satisfy traditional expectations doesn't seem to fit their mindset. They've built their reputations by speaking freely and standing by their opinions, even when the crowd disagrees. From their perspective, marriage can sometimes feel less like a personal commitment and more like stepping into a role that other people expect you to perform, instead of simply living life on your own terms. Another point that consistently comes up in their conversations, and you won't believe how many people now agree with it, is the belief that a legal document doesn't automatically make a relationship stronger or more genuine. It's a viewpoint that's becoming increasingly common, especially among people who spent years watching marriages around them fall apart. If two people are already committed, already building a future together, raising children, supporting one another emotionally and financially through every challenge, does signing a marriage certificate truly transform the relationship in a meaningful way? Or is it simply a tradition meant to satisfy family expectations, social norms, and public opinion? For Mase and Cam'ron, that question sits at the center of their entire argument. For both of them, the real foundation of a relationship isn't a wedding ceremony or an official title. It's the everyday loyalty, the consistency, and the willingness to stand beside someone year after year when nobody's watching. They'd rather prove their commitment through actions, by showing up every single day for decades, instead of relying on a legal contract that statistically doesn't work out for a large percentage of the couples who sign it. There's also a deeper cultural and generational side to this conversation that's easy to overlook. Both Mase and Cam'ron grew up watching marriages around them struggle under the pressure of financial hardship, betrayal, and broken trust. Experiences like that leave a lasting impression on how someone views marriage later in life. When your earliest examples of marriage are filled with conflict or disappointment inside your own family or neighborhood, it's no surprise that you become more cautious once you have your own success, reputation, and wealth to protect. Trust has never been something either man gives away easily, and that same mindset naturally shapes how they think about legally tying their lives to someone else. Mase, who has also spent years serving as a pastor while speaking openly about faith and personal growth, brings an especially interesting perspective into the discussion. He's emphasized the importance of being equally yoked, making sure a relationship is built on shared values, shared purpose, and a common direction before even thinking about marriage. For him, the issue isn't necessarily rejecting marriage altogether. It's about being incredibly intentional, making sure that if he ever takes that step, it's with the right and for the right reasons, not because of public pressure, society's timeline, or fear of being judged for remaining unmarried. Cam'ron, meanwhile, approaches relationships from a much more guarded and business-focused perspective. He's consistently argued that loyalty isn't something a ring magically creates, it's something that's earned over time. His outlook is centered on protecting everything he spent years building. Because of that, he tends to look at marriage through a practical, almost strategic lens, instead of viewing it as a purely emotional decision. For Cam'ron, the real question isn't whether he loves his partner, it's whether legally combining finances and assets genuinely strengthens the relationship or simply introduces risks into something that's already working just fine. And that's exactly why this discussion has spread across the internet and sparked so much debate. Neither of them sounds bitter, resentful, or anti-love when they explain their views. They're not arguing that relationships don't matter. They're not claiming that relationships don't matter or that commitment has lost its value. What they're really saying is that the traditional legal framework of marriage simply doesn't match the way they want to live at this point in their lives. After everything they've built and everything they've experienced, they've chosen to stay committed to their partners without feeling the need for an institution to validate that commitment. And for them, that difference changes everything. It's also fascinating how this conversation has grown far beyond the world of hip-hop. At a time when divorce rates remain high, prenuptial agreements have become increasingly common, even for everyday couples, and more people are questioning traditional relationship norms. The ideas Mase and Cam'ron discuss resonate with audiences from every walk of life. Countless people, whether they're wealthy celebrities or not, find themselves asking the very same questions. Is marriage really required to prove genuine love? Does it actually strengthen and protect a relationship? Or does it simply introduce legal complications and financial risks into something that should be built on trust in the first place? These aren't questions that only millionaires have to answer. They're questions that many modern couples quietly wrestle with, even if those conversations never happen in public. Their honesty also reflects a much larger cultural shift in how successful men are discussing relationships today. For years, topics like these were rarely addressed openly, especially in hip-hop, where image, confidence, and bravado often overshadowed vulnerability. Admitting fears about betrayal, financial exposure, or emotional caution was often viewed as a weakness, something you kept to yourself instead of discussing in front of an audience. But the transparency Mase and Cameron bring to these conversations has helped create space for a far more balanced and honest discussion. It's a conversation where men can openly acknowledge that they're protective of what they've built or skeptical of traditional systems without immediately being criticized or dismissed. There's another important piece of this story that often gets overlooked: the role their longtime partners have played throughout the journey. Both men have maintained lasting, stable relationships without ever making those relationships official through marriage, and that alone challenges the belief that commitment only becomes legitimate after a wedding ceremony. Their partners have stood beside them through media scrutiny, financial highs and lows, and all the unpredictability that comes with life in the spotlight, without needing a marriage certificate to define their bond. That kind of loyalty, built entirely on trust, consistency, and mutual choice rather than legal obligation, represents a different version of commitment altogether. Some would even argue it's stronger because both people continue choosing each other every single day instead of relying on a contract to keep the relationship together. At the end of the day, their perspective on marriage isn't really about rejecting love or turning their backs on commitment as a whole. Their message isn't about rejecting love or dismissing commitment altogether. It's about redefining what commitment means according to their own experiences, shaped by the victories they've earned, the setbacks they've endured, the wealth they've built, and the lessons they've learned from spending more than 30 years in the public spotlight. Whether you agree with their perspective or completely disagree, it's hard to ignore how refreshing it is to hear two high-profile figures speak this openly about a subject that so many people struggle with privately but rarely discuss honestly. So now the question shifts to you. Do you see things the way Mase and Cameron do? Or do you believe marriage still offers something meaningful that goes far beyond a legal contract or a wedding ceremony? The truth is, relationships are never simple. Add money, success, and public attention into the equation, and the situation becomes even more complicated. That's exactly why there isn't one universal answer that fits every couple, every relationship, or every stage of life.